Hey guys, how are we doing? So we're back on another Mother's Basement video, and I saw in the title, I was just like, intrigue, because Naruto is one of my all-time favourite animes. Boom. And I also really like My Hero Academia. So when I seen the title Boku no Hero Academia, which is also the My Hero Academia, that's the Japanese title for it, the Anti-Naruto, I was kind of like, what does he mean by this? So obviously, to find out what he means by this title, we're going to have to go into the video and check it out. So let's just get into this. Boku no Hero Academia, the Anti-Naruto.
Boku no Hero Academia is rapidly becoming Shonen Jump's hottest title.
Damn.
Well, I mean, it still has a ways to go to catch up to One Piece, just look at Super Eye Patch Wolf's video on the subject. But when it comes to a magazine that basically defines what manga is, second place isn't bad, right?
Ah.
Well, the characters in Hiroaka might disagree with that notion. In one way or another, all of the series' key players are aiming to stand out, and its three main rivals are all vying to be number one. But they don't just want to reach first place because it's first place. They want to do so as a way of asserting their own strength and independence.
Right.
A running theme throughout the series is the idea of standing on your own 2 feet and winning through your own power. The kids at UA High are taught time and again that in order to succeed, they need to outdo their peers and even their friends. Compare this to the old second place series in Shonen Jump, Naruto. Naruto's titular protagonist also strives to prove himself by becoming number one. More specifically, he seeks to become the ninja president, the Hokage, but in his journey to achieve this goal, he learns time and again that he can't do it on his own. Naruto's whole arc is about learning that he needs the support of other people to succeed, and then attempting to pass that lesson along to his estranged friend Sasuke. He and everyone around him grow by learning to trust each other, whereas the series' villains are mainly people who seek to carve their own path, define their own destiny, or selfishly use others to their own ends.
Interesting.
And about half the time, Naruto reaches them with his message of friendship too, making them see the error of their ways or even rejoin society as productive citizens despite being notorious psychopaths and murderers. The power of friendship conquers all, and apparently gives you a total acquittal in a court of law. Friendship in Hiroaka, meanwhile, is more of a motivator. The Academy's heroes help each other when they team up, sure, but more than that, they inspire each other to try harder and do better. Just about everyone in Deku's class aims to beat someone else in that class. Almost all of them want to beat Deku, and that drive to win is what makes them A-class heroes. In one of the early episodes of Season 2, we see this factor played in contrast with the students of Class B, who try to lose on purpose in the preliminary rounds of the sports festival in order to give themselves an advantage in the cavalry battle. Ultimately, their clever strategy is overcome by Bakugo's simple and unquenchable thirst for victory. The show wants to win. That a true hero always aims for the top, even when it seemingly hurts his chances. None of the heroes in Class A would ever settle for mediocrity. Nope. Well, except maybe Mineta, who is depicted as a shameless leech, and even goes so far as to ride on Momo's back through the obstacle course in the current arc. But Mineta is almost always painted in a negative light, and his character arc seems to largely involve, again, learning to stand on his own merits as a true hero and stop being such a scumbag. If you've seen the best Pixar movie ever, The Incredibles, then you know that the master plan of the main villain, Syndrome, is to get revenge on the supers by selling superpowers to everyone. Because
if everyone's super,
no one will be. This villainous plot, which seeks to rob the superiority of the rightfully superior and distribute it to the masses, has caused many to peg The Incredibles as libertarian propaganda, which is absolutely ridiculous. If The Incredibles is anything Aryan, it's utilitarian. The supers of the Incredibles universe don't seek to rule or amass power and wealth, they seek to serve. Their gifts give them a purpose, being heroes, and the whole plot of the film revolves around putting them back in the roles that they were always meant to fill. Some people were meant to do desk work, and Bob Parr is not one of them. I mean, the
He's
villain
meant to be a
of
hero.
the movie is a self-made billionaire with a private island that he bought with the results of his own hard work and talent, whereas the inherently gifted heroes are all upper-middle-class everymen who are perfectly happy leading normal lives when they're not off saving the world. A libertarian superhero story would be all about characters using their powers to pursue wealth and fame. Oh. Hey there, Hiroaka.
Oh, wow.
My Hero Academia presents us with the very world that Syndrome envisioned. Everyone is super.
Yeah.
But instead of that putting
there's
them
a small
on an
percentage.
equal playing field, some are inherently more super than others. And that's not just a matter of quirk disparity, although, yeah, the Bakugos of the world do have a bit of an advantage over the Nettas. But no, the thing that we see set heroes apart from other heroes, from the common folk, and from villains is their drive to succeed, their willpower, their desire to be better than others and than their current selves. In Hiro Aka's world, the people who don't have this drive will always lose to the people who do.
You've
and the
gotta
people
try
who do,
for it.
they get rich, they become celebrities.
Oh,
Hell,
yeah.
we see both things happen right from the start of the show with the up-and-coming heroine Mount Lady. The world's greatest superheroes also run the world.
Yeah.
And most of Class A is motivated in one way or another by the success that being a hero can bring them. Even Best Girl Uraraka's main motivation is to get rich, albeit
Yeah,
so that she
but
can
that's it for a
support
family.
her poor family.
Yeah.
So, is Hiroaka a piece of libertarian propaganda? Not really, because that reading ignores the most important people in the story, All Might and Deku. Deku doesn't want to be a hero for money or glory, he just wants to save people.
He wants to be a hero.
Seen as a symbol of justice, yeah, but only so that he can inspire other people
The way that
same
he's been
way
inspired.
that All Might
Yeah.
inspired him. And seeing this pure desire to do good in Deku is what motivates All Might to pass on One for All to his new protege. The greed and vanity of the heroes in this world is painted as a bad thing, something
Yeah.
in need of reform. Many of the series' villains oppose this societal structure, and while they are villains, the manga posits that for people like the hero killer Slain, it's their methods that are at fault,
He's
not
class.
their motivations. Even as early into the story as we are now, selfish heroes like Todoroki's father Endeavor are being painted as reprehensible people whose attitudes are in need of severe
oh yeah, definitely.
correction. Deku's ultimate purpose seems like it may be to remind the world of what the true
Meaning
role of a
being
hero,
a hero,
is, to help others. The key difference between this and Naruto is that Hiroaka says that they should do it with their own strength. This is something that Bakugo, Todoroki, Ida, and almost all of their
of them, yeah.
classmates strive to do. Especially Deku, who constantly talks about how he needs to tame One for All and make it his own power. And I mean, this is kind of obvious, but the theme of the story is right there in the name of his quirk. One for all. One person using their strength to help
Everyone else.
everyone else. It's what both All Might and Deku are all about. But then consider, oh, by the way, manga spoilers incoming, consider the head of the League of Villains, named for his possession of the
All for
inverse
one.
quirk, All for One, a power that lets him steal the strength of others and use it as his own or distribute it as he sees fit, which
Crazy.
there are a lot of parallels between him and the boss of Claw from Mob Psycho now that I think about it, but I'm getting distracted here. All for One is a leech who has amassed power by stealing the talents of others. If this were a thinly veiled Randian metaphor, he'd represent the government, but instead the show paints him as a criminal through and through. Either way, though, he's unquestionably a big bad, which puts Hiroaka in stark contrast.
I've never
with
seen those
Naruto.
manga paddles. I'm a bit
Kakashi
like,
Hatake is one of Naruto's main heroes.
Knew that he
and his
existed, but I didn't
whole
know.
thing is
I've never
stealing
seen that
other ninjas'
show Crocodile bit,
he
that's a
was
bit
given
old.
his Sharingan by Obito, and he uses it to copy ninjutsu from basically everyone else. And all of the other ninjas spend their time learning new techniques from their teachers, not inventing their own. The only people who really ever invent new jutsu are some of the villains. They might put unique spins on those skills, but they are not inherently their own skills. Hell, even Naruto's greatest strength, his chakra, isn't his own. It's something that he borrows from the nine-tailed fox. In the Hiroaka universe, meanwhile, a person's quirk is a big part of their identity. Characters gain power by training and coming up with their own techniques. Who they are, what they achieve, and how they're able to achieve it are all inextricably intertwined. You can see this clearly in their unique hero outfits, which are custom designed to their specifications to both enhance their powers and convey what they're all about. Now, despite these differences, the show's philosophies aren't necessarily incompatible. Hiroaka is a lot more capitalistic and fueled by individualism, but that's largely a result of its thematic connection to American comics. At its core, you will still find very Japanese values regarding one's obligations to society, notions that also drive the plot of Naruto. If I were to boil down the two series to simple aphorisms, Naruto is all about finding the strength to let others help you, while Hiroaka is all about cultivating the strength to help others. Both series celebrate cooperation and both celebrate individual contributions to group efforts. They just approach these ideas from opposite starting points. But those differences are interesting because they might highlight a shift in what Japanese youth value. Naruto's popularity has waned while Hiroaka's has exploded. A story about working with the group for the good of the group has been superseded by one all about standing out from the crowd through your own efforts, about doing your best and dragging the rest of society up to your level in the process. Maybe this is a result of the increasing cross-contamination of ideas from the West, especially the Marvel movies. Maybe Hiroaka is just cathartic for kids who are stuck in the grind of doing well in school so that they can do well in the next level of school, so that they can have a good job when they graduate and not become homeless. Or maybe it's just that superheroes are cooler than ninjas. It's hard to say.
Maybe.
It's interesting to think about, and it's exciting to imagine what this new-ish trend in Japanese storytelling, marked by mega-hit series like Hiroaka and One Punch Man, could bring about next. And discussing it makes for a fine clickbaity headline, for what that's worth. Tell me what you think about the parallels between these two mammoth series in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this abstract, topical style of video essay, you can tell me down there as well, or by leaving a like on this video. This was a lot of fun to write, and depending on the response that I get from you guys, I may do a lot more of these in the future. If you want to see those or any of my other anime videos when they come out, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. And if you want to help me in making things like this, consider supporting me on Patreon. Your support helps me hire editors like the Pedantic Romantic, who edited this video, to produce way more content than I ever could. If you're hungry for more discussion of anime, or possibly video games, then you can click up here for whatever it is that Google thinks is most relevant to you. Or click down here for one of the best videos on my editor's channel and show them a little love. Or you can click this here erogenous zone in the middle of my chest to go to my weekly podcast, The Weekly Weebcast. I'm Jeff Thu, professional shitbag, signing out from my mother's basement.
Fair enough, that was decent comparison, that. Like, wow. Yeah. The power of friendship versus... that was just... Yeah. Interesting. I thought it was going to, like, proper poop all over Naruto, but it didn't. Because I'm used to him just pooping all over stuff, especially Sword Art Online. But yeah, that was really interesting. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, yes, all of you guys, next time.